Elon Musk, our savior, our god, someone that should be put on a pedestal and respected by everyone, for some reason is not being respected. And it's crazy. For me, it's mind boggling why some people wouldn't like him. Do you know why? Because Elon Musk is doing so many things just for our society. He's doing space exploration. He's building cars that do not use gas and fossil fuel to pollute the environment. So he's single-handedly helping the environment and making sure that our society and the human race continues to live on for a couple hundred more years, because we know we're going to destroy it. And so I just find it crazy that some people don't like him. And for one, this podcast from me, Jason Levy, and Renaud Gregoire is going to describe and talk to you about Elon Musk and his companies, his how he got there, and his crazy ideas.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about all his different companies and about how diverse they all are from each other. So Elon Musk owns or bought like Neuralink, Solar City, Hyperloop, SpaceX, the boring Tesla, Starlink, and OpenAI. So yeah, we're gonna tell you about how they're all like connected and diverse at the same time. Like for example, Solar City, which is like panels on the roofs of buildings or houses that it creates electricity, and that electricity is used for building Teslas because before Tesla, the the electric car industry used to be like almost more polluting than like the regular fuel car.
Yeah, like for to prove that Tesla actually made their cars more efficient and more like it saves more energy, because in the U.S. it used to take 3 times more energy to create a electric car, which in term didn't in the long run actually was better for the environment, but in a way long run, because in the U.S. making 43% of the electricity in the U.S. is made by burning fossil fuel or charcoal or stuff like that, which is really bad for the environment. People don't notice it. They're like, "Oh, I'm safe because I'm using electricity for my stuff." But in turn, you burning fossil fuel to make that electricity. So in reality, it's actually worse. But Tesla actually made all of that change when with Solar City and making their cars charged by solar panels, which is very environmentally friendly. And go on, sorry.
Yeah, and this has like no impact at all environment.
And so, funny story actually, Elon Musk tweeted once he was stuck in the LA traffic, which is really big traffic in LA. It's really a big thing. And so he was saying, I hate this traffic, so I'm gonna build a tunnel underneath LA. And so that's what he did, a tunnel expressly or only for Teslas. And that gave him the idea to make Hyperloop.
And
And
yeah, he just tweeted that and he did it. So
he's
yeah,
a baller.
yeah. Then he created a Hyperloop, which is an air vacuum sealed, not sealed, just like air vacuum tunnel, which has a cabin in it, and it goes like faster than a plane. It goes at more than 1,000 meters per hour, and you're not gonna have to wait like 3 hours before getting like you would at an airport.
Idle
It's more
reckon.
like a train, and it's super fast, and it's also electric. And you know, Elon Musk makes his electricity with solar panel, so it's way better for the environment. So yeah, Elon Musk just basically made the transportation industry way better for us humans and for the environment. And in many domains, like not only Hyperloop, but with Tesla, which is electric cars that are created, like we just said, by solar panels, the energy that is used to create them, and SpaceX, which is way better for the environment than NASA because all the rockets that are launched land back on Earth by themselves. So it's way better for the economy because you don't waste like hundred millions of dollars every time you launch a rocket. It just comes back and you can launch it again. So yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
it.
And
Jason
another
can tell you.
point too.
Jason's gonna
Oh,
tell you more about SpaceX.
yeah, but another thing about Tesla is that right now they're making trucks. So for truckers and stuff, which kind of sucks. for truckers, but they're gonna make trucks fully all electricity, and so no more use like because trucks make a lot of CO2, and so by making Tesla trucks that are going to drive themselves across countries, delivering food and other such supplies, it's going to just revolutionize the way we think about delivery, the way we think about everything. So one day maybe there might be like mailmen's coming in Tesla trucks, and that would be amazing.
Yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
but talking about SpaceX, oh my God, crazy things happening with them. They're planning on going to Mars in 2024, which to me is just crazy that we're this far advanced. And the reusable rockets, and so being able to send stuffs into orbit for only like let's say $14 million, which before it used to cost hundreds of millions of dollars just to send something in orbit, just like a satellite. And now with his new Starlink program, which is it's something so you can send satellites in the space and make Wi-Fi available for everyone on the globe, even people in underdeveloped countries and like a country in Africa that can't get Wi-Fi because you need cables and big companies like Bell and stuff. Their satellites don't reach, and so being able to make a wide variety of satellites going all the way around the world, connecting one to each other, they'll be able to send Wi-Fi to anyone, and all you have to do is pay. You don't have to pay monthly. You just have to buy a $200 satellite, which $200 could be expensive for some people, but also could be for like humanitarian for the Red Cross, by example. They could come and give some help, and for talking across countries, like at military bases and stuff, it will be much easier. And so yeah, it's a big benefit, except for one thing is that once you look in the star, like you can see in front of me, if you're not watching the video podcast, that is completely fine. Just imagine a black sky with stars everywhere. At night, you might be able to see a line of satellites just following each other, a straight line of just dots, and that
Yeah,
might be bad for astrology. But yeah,
yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I'm all in for Elon Musk, and I think he's very smart. But some, like a few of his ideas, they're like, I'm not like all in for them because, like Starlink, it just makes the sky uglier, and it looks like you're being controlled by the outside, or it just looks like you're in a bubble. Or like, for example, Neuralink, which is another of his companies, which is something that you put in your brain, and it basically makes you like more intelligent. It gives you knowledge. It gives you knowledge that you don't know. And I think that could either like ruin the humanity slowly if it becomes like way more popular and available for everyone. And yeah, that's I'm a bit against that because I think it's gonna make us it could make us like cyborgs in the
yeah,
future.
that's really funny because Elon Musk actually once tweeted, because I'm going off his tweets, but he does not like AI and he's scared of AI taking over, which is funny because he has another program called OpenAI, which focuses just on AI and building AI and stuff like that. And it's funny to me how he does not like it, but he's got 2 to 3 companies just focusing on that,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. And you don't realize it, but like Neuralink, it's actually coming to reality. They're testing on monkeys right now, and they're able to get the monkeys to play video games just with their minds, and it's crazy. People don't realize how far society is doing, how good we are with like right now. If you're not watching the podcast video, sorry, but I'm in a VR suit, or not suit, but I'm in a VR helmet, and I'm able to track my whole body and my fingers, and people don't realize this, but like kids nowadays, they play these video games, and this is not expensive. And Elon Musk is helping economy by making all these things so accessible. Not the VR, the Neuralink, and all like the Wi-Fi,
Yeah, but
but
it's crazy because knowledge that would take like 15 years to acquire, you can just put a something in your brain and you have it.
yeah,
So yeah,
it's mind-boggling how like he's advanced our society. Like it's just crazy, and I'd like to thank Elon Musk for that if one day I get to meet him. But yeah, Elon Musk is a great guy. He what he's doing for us is amazing. He's got so many companies, so crazy.
and he's also like a super fun guy. He's such a meme. Like he can tweet something and he's just gonna do it just like that because he's so rich and powerful. And
And
like one day he just started. He said like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell flamethrowers." So he sold flamethrowers, and if you couldn't buy gas in your country, he would ship them with the gas, so you would have gas for your flamethrower, which is kind of funny.
yeah, and some countries actually, I think you can't ship gas in the mail for some countries. He would ship the money from that country for the amount of money you need to buy some gas, and I'm pretty sure the flamethrowers are sold out, and it was on like the name of the company that they were selling it from is the Boring Company. It's literally called the Boring Company, which it's so ironic and so funny.
And he's a super chill guy. Like I feel like you can trust him because on stage he doesn't do like big speeches as a big entrepreneur would do. He's just being himself and being funny. Like for example, when he presented the Cybertruck made by Tesla, he said, "Throw this. It's a steel ball in the window." So some guy threw it in the window, and in the testings it didn't break, but on stage it broke. So he was just laughing it off. He said like, he said, "Well, at least it didn't go through," which was kind of funny. Like everyone laughed. And it's pretty crazy how all of his companies are super popular, even though he doesn't do any advertisement. Like he never spent money on advertisement because everything he does, he makes it like fun to learn. Like he makes it a meme, so it gets even more popular for like the younger generation and not only people who look at the news.
Yeah, for the up and comers, all the kids that are going to grow up to be adults. Like, there's no point in giving them commercials that are never going to reach to them when you can do memes, which right now relate to everyone except maybe older age people. But
Yeah, exactly.
those people won't be buying Teslas.
Yeah. So to conclude, we would say he's a very smart guy because all of his companies are good for the environment, they're good for our future, and they're just basically very practical. And they're all in a different like
They're all in
uh
different fields,
yeah, exactly.
but
But
they
they
all
still link to
interlude.
yeah, they still link to each other. Like Tesla would link to I mean Solar City would link to Tesla. Tesla would link to the boring country would like create an idea and create an idea to create Hyperloop. And like Tesla, he basically created Tesla so he could fund SpaceX because like making space rockets is very much more expensive than making cars.
Yeah,
So that was a smart idea of
yeah, and yeah, and Hyperloop, which is just a way of transportation that's like revolutionary, like going from Seattle to or San Francisco to LA in under 30 minutes when a plane would take 2 hours plus the like an hour boarding. It's crazy, but also SpaceX, which is going to become a commercial flight soon, and which is helping NASA going to the moon, re-going to the moon because we last time we went was in the 1980s, and bring back astronauts and go to Mars too for colonization, and that's just crazy. And then there's Starlink that's linked with the SpaceX to give Wi-Fi to countries, and then there's Neuralink and OpenAI that's just to help humanity to like
add things
get
to your brain basically.
yeah, because our
And
brain is something that we haven't studied much of. We know so little about our brain, so it's good that he's studying it.
but the progress he's making is like so fast. It's so much faster than the past like years. And with SpaceX, it's pretty crazy to think that if you're under 50, you are probably going to be able to go to space like in a like you would go in the sky with a
Yeah. They're gonna make space travel something not to be feared of. We're not gonna think of Apollo anymore, the Apollo missions, and the disasters of Apollo, and we're just gonna be like, oh, it's just like another thing. We get into a plane, not really considering the risks, even though it is a vehicle going 900 kilometers per hour, close to that. And it's that's going to be our new way of transportation, except it goes thousands of kilometers faster.
yeah. So to conclude, we would say even though he's like some people hate him, some people love him, we would say we love him because making way more positive progress than progress that could end up negative, like I would say OpenAI or Neuralink, which is the only things that I could find dangerous. But for the rest of all he does is pretty smart and very revolutionary.
Yeah. And at least, and he's the second richest person in the world, which is billions of dollars. And at least he's doing something good with his money. Like all of his companies that make him money are just good companies, not like Jeff Bezos, which has Amazon, which Amazon is a terrific company, except for the fact that they mistreat their employees and all such a thing that we're not going to get into in this podcast. But if you guys want to hear us talk about other subjects like Jeff Bezos, the richest person in the world, and all other people, tune into another episode of the podcast. And so, yeah, me, Jason Levy, we're signing out with Renaud Gregoire.
Renaud Grégoire.
All right, peace.